And I followed this group, and then I slammed on the wall next to that person. I scared her again. I ended my shift pretty soon after. I went backstage, and someone said, "Do you know who that was? That was Adele."
What? I love her!
Yeah.
Welcome! Hi everyone, my name is Noelle, also known as Charge and Die. I mainly tell Scareactor stories on TikTok, but I decided it'd be a lot of fun to interview fellow Scareactor friends of mine here on Twitch, and it will also eventually end up on YouTube, so I'll start uploading those once I'm done with the bulk of the interviews. I'm going to start uploading, because I won't have time to interview when I'm actually scaring sillies. Anyway, I have a special guest with me tonight. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Evan Wank. I was a scare actor in 2019. That's it. I did.
Intro complete. Thank you.
Yeah. There we go.
Bravo. Short and sweet. Love it.
Thank you.
All right. So 2019. That was recent. That was the last time we could have scared. Other than like a drive-in, drive-through kind of scaring that some people have done. I still don't understand how that works, but it sounds fascinating. So, when the world wasn't on fire, how was it scaring? How'd you like
it? It was so much fun. If I could have done last year, I totally would have.
Same.
I'm definitely gonna do this year.
Yay!
I mean, that's where I met like friends. That's where I feel like I grew as a person. It was incredible. I loved it.
Fantastic. So, how'd you get started? How'd you hear about it? What made you interested?
My friend, I'm just gonna name drop.
Sure.
Byron. He helped. Well, he came to. I was in a show with him at my college, and he came to us saying, "Hey, if anyone wants to audition, come join me. I'm auditioning like next week." I decided, okay, sure, why not? I did. I got in, and that's the start. I loved it.
Great. That's the important thing, is if you love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got, were you acting before? Are you an actor primarily?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I've been doing mostly acting. I graduated with a minor in 3D animation, so that's like my. I wanted to make that my main thing and acting my side thing, but I have a feeling it's gonna probably be acting's my main thing. I've just always done acting since since actually 4th grade, but I was in a lot of shows in middle school, high school, and college. I love acting. It makes me feel. I feel comfortable on the stage and on screen.
You got the bug hard. Oh man. Oh jeez. That's great though. I also had the bug, and now I have to be an adult and make money and make my parents proud of me.
Yeah, that's why I want to try to do 3D animation.
Yeah, that's great that you were able to like balance that, because that's quite different from acting.
Yeah, I'm totally able to balance it.
Make yourself really well-rounded and
Totally.
a great person in society, making money in art and all those fun things. So how is scare acting different from regular old theater acting, would you say, if anything?
Well, it's definitely more. You connect with the audience a lot more, because with theater, you're just kind of performing your thing. If you're doing improv, that's completely different, and you can connect with the audience. You can talk to the audience. The audience can give you things to do. But with this one, it's a lot more in your face. That's kind of the point, is that you're scaring somebody right there, right at somebody's face. And I mean, I love it. I do acting for the reactions. So I love making people laugh. I love making people cry. Well, in acting. And I love scaring people. So the more I scare, it just felt so good for people to actually like think I was the character I was trying to be.
Oh yeah, it's very validating when they scream, when you actually get this scare.
Exactly.
We get fueled by your screams, folks. Don't be tough. I hate it when people like to act tough, and it's like, oh, you didn't scare me. What's that trickling down my leg? Oh, it's water. Totally. We could actually tell when you guys are scared.
100%.
So when you're scared, just do us a favor and scream your lungs out. It fuels us. Thanks,
Although
guys.
I will say we do tend to go for the people who are scared. So just be warned, if you do that, we're coming for you.
I love it when people try and hide behind their friends as if that's going to help them in any way.
I did that the first time I went to Horror Nights.
How? Oh, great. So you went to Horror Nights before being an actor at Horror Nights.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it.
I didn't love being scared. But then once I did Horror Nights, it was like I realized how they do everything, and I start to get to know everyone around me, so it's a lot less scary. But before that, yeah, I grabbed onto somebody's hood and I just kind of hid behind them, and he actually yelled at me for doing that because he didn't like that.
Oh.
And then the second time I did a bit more, but I'm a scaredy cat.
Same. A lot of people, there's this stigma that scare actors can't get scared. And it's true that we're a little desensitized, or the veil has been lifted for us because we saw behind the scenes now. We kind of see how a maze or a scare zone works, so we know what to look for. But we could still get scared. That's why I'm here on Twitch on Wednesdays playing horror games, and Scareactor gets scared. Like, I get scared. I get freaked out. I'm a swear scare. That's why this is a mature stream. It's like if you guys ever see my Five Nights at Freddy's playthrough on YouTube, I noticed it's interesting. This is a side tangent. I'm so sorry, Evan. We'll get back to it. But side tangent, it's interesting to record yourself being scared because I realized something about myself I never knew. When I have an extreme reaction to something, I clap. Whether it's like I'm super, I find what you said really, really funny and I'm literally laughing out loud, I'll start with a clap and then I'll start laughing. Same with being scared. If I get really, really scared, I clap and scream. I don't know why I do that. I don't usually see people do that. I know I swear a lot. And I might dip if I'm scared from above. But it's so interesting to record yourself playing horror games and seeing how you get scared and then playing it back and go, I do that? What? What's your typical scare? Like, what's your reaction whenever you get scared?
Oh, God. Whenever I watch movies, I tend to hide behind my fingers. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I have less of a chance of getting scared if I can only see, like, part of the screen. Mm. It doesn't work. I'm definitely a curse scare. I curse when I'm scared, and then also when I'm in a horror game and I'm with other people. This is why I usually tend to play first-person games. I wander off, even though like I know I'm gonna get scared and I'll jump or like I'll even scream or something like. But I'll just kind of like I know where I'm going. I don't need you people. Goodbye, and I walk away. And then they get mad at me for leaving them.
Why do you think I'm called Charge and Die? I just go in, no strategy. I'm like, I'm probably gonna die doing this. I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm always Phasmophobia. Wow, I haven't played that in a while. I would always be. They would be like, all right, one of us has to stay and try to get the ghost's attention. Because it's only one person can be in the room at a time. And
with the spirit box.
Always me. Always me.
Content. Quality. We play Phasmophobia every Wednesday, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And then I'm usually the one getting stuck in the van for some reason because all the guys I play with are like, gung-ho, let's go. I'm like, cool, but someone needs to stay in the van. Okay, I guess I'll do that. Thanks. And then I get bored, and then I charge in, and then I die. Mm-hmm. Charge and die. Oh, man. But back to scare acting. Can you tell us a little bit about where you scared and what characters you were in 2019?
Well, I was in pool, so they didn't really know where to put me.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to cut you off, but for those who don't know what pool is, it's like the filler slot. So if someone is missing from a maze, they'll pull from pool to fill that slot temporarily for that day. So if you're pool, you pretty much scare everywhere at some point. Sorry, continue.
No, no. So yeah, I was about to explain it too. So
I'm sorry. I cut you off. Okay.
No, you did it first. That's totally fine. So it's also fun because you get to do so many mazes instead of just being forced to do one thing. Because I know a lot of people who are forced to do one thing and they tend to near the end just want to do something else because they've been doing it for 3 months. But I got to, let's see, what mazes was I in? First, I was in the Us maze, the Jordan Peele Us maze, which was fun except for the fact that it was the first day of Horror Nights, and they didn't have everything there. There was a part where it's a dark room with a car that lights up, and there's a body on top.
Yes.
I don't know if you went. I don't know if
I did. I went through every maze, sometimes several times. Yes.
Well, and I was stuck in that room. Unfortunately, that car didn't exist yet.
Oh.
So I had to press the button. The room stayed black, and you just hear a car horn. And everyone just kind of looked in that dark room, just kind of confused. So some of them, even though there was an opening right across from where I was that was lit up, exactly where they were supposed to go, they decide to come into my dark room. And this is the Us maze. They're very picky about what you say. You're not allowed to say anything.
Right.
But I was wearing a blackout costume, which is wearing all black. So I didn't know what to say. They couldn't see me or anything, so I didn't really know what to do. So I kind of got in their face and just went, "Wrong way!" And it scared people so bad they ran the way they were supposed to go, which was great. So
that works. I'm sure that's fine, as long as you didn't tell them to run, because that's a big one. That's a big liability, because if you say run, and then they run, and then they get hurt, they could blame you.
Ooh, I didn't realize that. I'm glad I didn't say run.
I was just going to say, like, if it were me in that scenario, I probably would have said run or help or something, and those are liability phrases for those reasons. So good job. Wrong way. Beautiful. Short, sweet, to the point.
Accident.
Yeah.
What's the next one? Another one that I did was Frankenstein versus the Werewolf. I was the werewolf, and I think that was my first time wearing being an actual actor.
Were you in the chair transforming?
No, but my friend was. You interviewed Kyle Harrington.
Yes. Yes.
He was. Yeah. I was just kind of placed random places. One of the places I was at there was an open area that I got to kind of make a noise, open the door, run out, and just kind of get close to people. That was so much fun. So exhausting because you're in a mask with gloves, sweaty gloves, and fur suit.
Oh, honey, I know that very well. That was me in 2018.
And the eyes of that suit were so close to your eyeball. I know someone who I think she got pink eye.
Oh no!
From that mask, yeah.
Oh
Luckily,
no!
it didn't actually touch my eyeball, but it almost did.
Were the eyes in the mouth?
Yeah. No, the eyes were eyes.
But your eyes.
Little plastic eyes that were right at my eyes. That's what I saw.
Oh, okay. So it's not the same mask that we would.
Crack between the eyeball and the mask, I think, something like that.
Interesting. I thought they would have reused our masks from 2018 for the wolves. Oh well.
You do.
Oh well. That they end up somewhere, I'm sure. But that really sucks. That's why I always say you gotta have wipes, your own disinfectant wipes, wipe down your masks because they do spray it, but it's not thorough at the end of the night. So just to be on the safe side, have your own wipes and just wipe everything down before putting on a mask. Oh, that sucks.
And let's see. I did 2 other blackouts for Pandora's Box, which was a creation from Horror Nights. That was my favorite.
Yeah, it was an original idea that yay, please bring more of those. I was so excited about that.
That was incredible. I loved the part where it flashed. It was black lighting, but it flashed black lighting. So at points it was just completely dark. You couldn't see a thing, and then all of a sudden a rock monster would be right in front of you. I loved that scene so much.
That got me when they moved in the dark, because I used to move in the dark all the time at one of my gigs up in San Francisco. And it's how do I describe it? It's not as hard as people think, but it still can be difficult because you're moving in pitch black dark. So you get a flash and you have to put it in your brain, go, where is everything and what's the spacing of everything and where were the people, and try and predict their movement and then meet them an inch from their nose. And that's exactly what the person did when I went through. I didn't realize that would go pitch black. And I go into the room. I didn't even see the person there. It goes pitch black, and then they end up like an inch from my nose. I go, oh, hi, oh my God, hi.
The person blended in with the rock background so well. I don't think there was a way for you to tell that he was there. He's just stood completely still. That was so cool.
So well done.
Yeah. I also did Blackout at Ghostbusters. I was one of the dogs.
Nice.
It was fun, sort of. I think that was my least.
Aw, that's a shame. It was a fun maze. I totally accidentally burst through a door too. And popped over like, oh, sorry, close.
In fact, it might have been you. Who knows? But I did have a bunch of people, because you had to make the dog move with one hand, press a button with another, press another button with your foot with another, something like that. Oh no, it was move the dog, press the button with your foot, and keep the door closed that was like far away from you with your other hand, because otherwise people would just barge in. So like you're doing like 3 or 4 things at once.
What a weird workout.
And then one of my favorite characters I did was in Holidays in Hell. Mm-hmm. I was Satan Claus, so I got to actually hold an axe. I didn't realize how much I'd love using a weapon, not because the weapon's cool, but because it was fun to like have to learn. It was actually really cool because I learned that you don't hit the ground with the weapon, because otherwise the audience would think that you missed them, and what a horrible monster you are for missing them. So what you do is you stop right in front of their face and pull back, and that's like, if I had continued, I would have hit you. That's the scary part. I just loved like the perfect heavy axe, although I did wear a Santa Claus suit, which was really hot. Mm. But I mean, the axe was worth it.
Yeah, I love working with axes are my favorite, or hammers, like long hammers. Just that feel of like having a long weapon in hand. I'm fine with the small weapons like a dagger or something. It's not as fun. There was a time that someone lent me their hatchet when I was a wolf. And you wore the gloves. I don't know if they're the same gloves, but they were very thick plastic, so you can't like curl your fingers in these ones. Yeah. Right? So I couldn't hold anything. And this stilt walker who had a hatchet in his hand, I was like his minion in the scare zone. So I would go up to him and be like a little dog, and then he'd point, and then I'd go scare someone and come back. He'd like pet my head. And so I was his little minion. And he randomly gives me his hatchet. And I'm holding it like this, going, why? And then he walks away. And, walking for a stilt walker is like sprinting for a normal person. So he's all the way across the scare zone when I finally admit defeat and grab the axe, the little hatchet. And I'm like trying to run around scaring people with a hatchet, but I'm a full transformed wolf with a hatchet. I don't need this weapon. I'm already a weapon. What are you talking about? I can't like grip it, so I can't do my normal hatchet scare because it would just fling out and hit someone. So I'm just running around like and people are more confused than scared. So I run and try and see the Scareactor and go, hey, and I present him the hatchet. And he pats my head and then walks away. And I go, no! And I start chasing him with the hatchet, going, take him back! Why do I have this? And then Diamond and Star accidentally got me on tape in their Snapchat. And they were like going around on one of their breaks. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they were going around on one of their breaks, filming just what's going on in the scare zone that we're all in. And then they turn and see me holding a hatchet, very confused, like walking slowly toward them. And then they showed me the footage after, during my break, and they were like, you just look so confused. I'm like, 'cause I am. How do I have this? If I were literally any other character, I would have had so much fun with that weapon. But I couldn't grip it. Jeff, why? Oh, but weapons are a lot of fun. I'm glad you got to handle one during your scare season.
I got to have another time I had a weapon was in Stranger. I'm gonna try to because I have just a bunch of different things that I did. I'm gonna try to go through them quickly because
I will shut up for you. Please continue.
Oh, no. I was also for a day just because I got bored, and I'll explain more about that later. But for a day, I got to be Steve in Stranger Things. He also had that spiked bat, which for the show that I'm in, I actually made that spiked bat.
Ooh.
It looks so cool. I am so proud of it.
Congrats.
And I also got not only did I get to swing it like an axe or bat, I also got to actually wink at people and be sexy Steve. So that was a lot of fun.
Flirt, yes.
I also did Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I was one of the clowns.
Which
one?
one?
I got to hold a gun. Ruby. If you know the characters' names, I barely know them. I know my character's name was Ruby. That's it. I had a gun. I got to shoot at people and made a noise.
Mm-hmm.
I also got to be in a room where it smelled like pie, which was cool. I love sweet smells. That was incredible. Just getting to stay in a room that smelled like pie. It was pretty nice. And then, so I did Stranger Things. I did Stranger Things Blackout. But I started doing Stranger Things at the Stranger Things maze. One of the hazmat suits, which is just a guy with a flashlight going around and scaring people. What I would do is hide behind a fence and scare people. One time I've heard that I go on tangents, by the way. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
One time I've heard that you're not really a scare actor until you get punched. So I was hiding behind, scared someone. He punched me. I was like, I'm officially in the group.
That's when you walk backstage and go, guys, it happened. I'm official.
Exactly. But they also did, actually, I started in Stranger Things as Bob Newby because one of the Bobs didn't really show up very much. So I would keep coming back as Bob. And then they liked me so much that they asked me, hey, can you be a permanent here? Not as Bob, because the actor was still there, but as the hazmat suit. So I ended up being a permanent hazmat suit at Stranger Things. Eventually, I got out of pool, which is cool. A lot of people do that. And then eventually, that Bob left. I got to be a permanent Bob, which was so much fun. It was such a workout.
Is that with the demi-dogs?
Yeah, I had to hold the demi-dogs, have them eat me. I'm on the ground. I'm doing crunches and sit-ups and screaming at people. And a lot of people supposedly thought I was a prop. So they decided that I'm going to kick all the props in the maze.
Yeah, people are jerks.
Yeah. People are not very nice.
No, I've been kicked in the face when I was spider crawling towards someone before. Oof. That was fun. Oh. But I was also working somewhere where I could speak, and boy, did I speak. I said some choice words.
And that's probably why Universal doesn't want us to speak.
Yeah,
that'll happen.
But it's more fun for us. They don't care.
Absolutely.
They don't care about that. They take away our voice and they give the guests alcohol. Bad combo.
Either get to speak or have alcohol.
You can't do both.
One or the other.
Which is why now I have a goal every time I scare to scare the beer out of their hand. It's like, you spent $16 and wasted it. You're welcome. Also, this keeps you sober a little while longer. You're welcome, everyone else.
Oh, it's always the drunk people who... I had one person, I was reaching out as Bob, and he decided, I'm going to save him. So he stood on top of me and reached down and tried to get to me. And I told him, get off of me. I said that. And then you're supposed to, when something like that happens, or you get kicked or get hurt or something, you're supposed to get up. You're supposed to face one of the security cameras and X. Yep. And so that is how the security people know when it happens, so that they can rewind the tape and find your X. And they'd always miss the people who do it. They're always gone. Especially because Bob was near the end of the maze. But like that, I did that for that. I did that for the guy who kicked me. I didn't do that for the guy who punched me because that was an accident. That was just like, I was scared. I punched someone. He apologized so much. Like, it was fine.
Yeah, we can usually tell if it's by accident or on purpose when someone hits us. And by accident, I mean the fight of fight or flight. We will report you if it really freaking hurt, but we try and give benefit of the doubt. This is not permission to hit us. So let's be clear. Do not hit us if you can help it, because it hurts regardless. But we'll be nice if we understand. If you're really nice about it, we'll be nice back and say like, okay, it was just an accident, but like, put your hands in your pockets, please. Like, don't hit anyone else. We'll usually tell security like, it was an accident. They didn't mean to. But just keep an eye on this one in case I accidentally do it again.
I think I only had one accidental hit. The rest were like, it was very clearly this one guy turned the corner and wanted to kick something.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'll tell you this. It's really interesting to see the shift in someone when they realize that you are a human in a costume. Especially if you're a girl. Because a lot of people assume that all scare actors are men. Not true.
That's true.
We're badass. Thank you very much. But there was this one time when I was the wolf and someone, I forgot what he did. I think he like tried to pet me. And he did it so forcefully that he shoulder checked me. And I could barely see out of my mask. I can't see, breathe, or hear anything, so I didn't know who did it, but luckily one of the half-transformed wolves that was with me on set, they only had prosthetics, so they could see everything. And they could breathe and everything, and I was so jealous, but it's okay. But we had a deal that if anyone, hurt me in any way, that they would follow the person so that I knew who did it, and then I would check them up and down and then go to security. I got security involved, and they pulled him backstage and then pulled me backstage and said, is this the guy? And I went, yes, it is. I take off my head. And keep in mind, this guy at this time was like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just like having fun, it's a hunt. Like, I'm having fun. I take off my head, and then he sees that not only am I a person, but I'm also a female. And his eyes went from like defensive and angry to, oh my God, I'm so sorry I did that to you. And I went, yeah, you should be. What?
I almost feel like that's more offensive. Like when he finally sees you're a woman, like, oh, I'm so I wouldn't, if you were a guy, I would have done it, but a woman?
I don't think it was with that air to it. I think it was mainly like the fact I'm a human. I think he said, if memory serves correctly, and no one could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll say it out. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't remember my own things that happened to me. I think he did say like, I totally forgot that you're a person. And that's when it hit me of like, oh, when we're dressed up as monsters, people see us as props. They see us as objects. And that's why they think they could get away with it. Also, they're entitled and drunk. Not a good combo.
No.
But yeah, it's so interesting that when you take the mask off and they see you're a person, that's when most of them, a good chunk of them will go, oh yeah, people. Oops, sorry. Yeah. The other people are like, well, you signed up for this gig. You knew this was going to happen. No, I didn't, bitch. That's on you. I just said boo. You said punch her. Like, there's a clear gap there that we're missing. How did we jump to that? So, anyway. Yeah, I'm sorry that people hit you when you were Bob. That really sucks.
Bob is like the sweet one.
Yeah, why would you want to hurt Bob? Don't hit anyone, but why would you hit Bob out of anybody? I understand a Demogorgon. I'm not going to be happy that you hit a Demogorgon, but I would understand, because that's the monster. But Bob? How dare you? If you don't like Bob, I don't like you. Just making it clear.
Wow.
That's how much I feel for Bob. And if you haven't seen Stranger Things, you should totally watch Stranger Things and then also see the musical.
Yep.
Promotion! Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about some of your favorite scares that you've done or some of the favorite reactions that you've gotten.
Let's see. There's one that I really liked. It was when I was hazmat. I popped out of a fence and I scared people with a flashlight, which it's already dark, so the flashlight made it scary. So I scared someone, and she looked very interesting to me. So what I would do is I would follow them, because it was like a big area with rotting pumpkins and stuff. So they would kind of just walk through this rotting pumpkin area. And I followed this group, and then I slammed on the wall next to that person. I scared her again. I ended my shift pretty soon after. I went backstage and someone said, "Do you know who that was?" That was Adele.
What? I love her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I go back and I watch and I'm like, yeah, I scared Adele twice. I just thought she looked interesting and memorable.
That's dope. Awesome.
I know.
You scared Adele. Oh my god.
Yeah, I loved seeing people I wish I saw Ellen, but Ellen didn't go through. It was her people went through. One of them was one of the Bachelorette at the time, and I don't know who that was.
I don't keep up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, neither do I. I was there.
I scared her. I didn't know who she was.
Another one was Phelan Reacts was also there with the Ellen crew, which is kind of cool. You see a bunch of famous faces, and I mean this isn't my story, but this is Kyle's story. I'm sure he told this already.
Feel free to tell it.
But because he was Steve, he was supposed to flirt with everyone and kind of wink like I did, which is someone gave me a flower when I was doing that. That was kind of cool. She was, "Steve, take this," and I was like, "Thank you."
Ooh, big fan. Oh my! Instead of punching, give us flowers. We'll like that.
Yeah, exactly.
A fan brought all of us in the Scare Zone candy. That was awesome. Give us treats. We like it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
We also got a cake because the creators of Trick or Treat loved our maze. Not maze. They loved the maze too, I'm sure, but loved our Scare Zone so much that they brought us a cake saying thank you for doing this. So we were like, we're just hired. We did not choose this, but we will accept this.
Yep.
It was good cake too.
What was I saying?
Celebrity going through.
Yeah. He kind of winked at someone, and it turns out it was it was the story's lost.
I was it Ariana Grande? Yeah, okay. I was trying to remember the story too.
Yep. Well, I'm just saying, the people we saw. So we saw, Ariana Grande. I guess Ariana Grande remembered Kyle the second time she went through. So that's something.
Hot dang.
Yeah. Saw Kobe Bryant. Saw other basketball players. They're very tall. They're very, very when I had my flashlight and I looked at them and I looked up.
It just kept going. We had to get rid of the ceiling temporarily. Like, whoa, man, they're the real scare. Going through. They would make fantastic scare actors.
I can't say I remember any of the other famous actors, but I know that there were other famous actors. I know that.
Yes. In my year, I didn't get to scare a lot of famous people because in a zone, it's really hard to find specific people. Yeah. In a maze, like they go through in a line, so it's a lot easier to find them. But I took pictures, like the celebrity photos that they take in scare zones. I don't know if you're aware of that. But when celebrities come through, their agreement is that they get a free ticket to go into the park for HHN if they take a celebrity photo with some of the monsters and they post it to their social media for a certain amount of time. Like they're not contractually, they're not allowed to take that photo down until that period of time is up. And I think it's for the whole run of HHN or something. I don't remember, or like a whole year or something. I forgot what it was. So don't quote me on that. But I was one of the monsters posing with some celebrities. I didn't know any of them. There is a picture of me with someone. I don't know who it is, so I don't know how to even find it. But I have a screenshot of it, and I looked at the name, and I'm like, I have no idea. Is this what it feels like to be old? I don't know. This generation's celebrities. But it was still cool. And then after that, they said, hey, you can't pose with celebrities anymore because of the dress you're wearing. It's too much like Cinderella from Disney. And we don't want to do copyright stuff. And I'm like, it's a blue dress. It's ripped to shreds. It's fine. They're like, we just want to be on the safe side. I'm like, fine. I won't take pictures with celebrities. It's okay. I felt bad for the half-transformed wolf in the Snow White outfit because that one straight up had a Disney tag in it. So she was very much not allowed to have photos taken of her. I was the gray area, but then they had two other people, and then obviously the zombie kids took a lot of photos. But I accidentally scared JoJo Siwa, or rather,
accidentally.
Yeah, because I was in my zone. I was in the zone, man. No, I was in my zone, and I was facing one way. I was like, I'm at the end of my zone. I should turn around now. I turn around, and then there's JoJo Siwa, and she screams in my face and runs away, and I go, processing. Is that JoJo Siwa? What just happened? I didn't scare you. You almost scared me. The energy you have, can I borrow some?
She is so energetic.
She's so energetic, and good for her for coming out and, sticking up for her girlfriend and everything. I'm so proud of her for that. And then Tori Spelling. Is that her? Is that her name? I tried to scare her. She was not nice to me. I go like rah at her, and she gives me this look like, and walks away, and I go, my ego is the size of a chia seed. Ouch. Oh my god, come back, let me try again. She was just in a mood. I don't know what was going on with her. I'm sure she's very sweet in person, but she was seriously in a mood when I tried to. I tried to scare Selena Gomez and The Weeknd when they were a thing, but they had a posse around them. I apparently scared Selena. I had no idea. Someone told me later, like, oh, she was terrified of you. And I'm like, did she even see me? I didn't even see her. There were like a wall of people. But okay. I just wanted to see her and say hi. Sorry, I'm a full werewolf right now. No, I wasn't even a werewolf. I was Grindstone Kill at that time, so I had a very gory mask on. Good times. But yeah, I started off on Terror Train in 2017, and then 2018 I was the wolf. So to give you context, because I didn't say that to you yet.
I might have done 2017, maybe?
Did you?
No. I don't remember.
Like go through as a guest or act?
Yeah, as a guest.
Okay. I was confused. I
only did 2019.
I was going to say, like, you were so sure that you only acted in 2019, and all of a sudden you're coming at me with the, I think I was there in 2017. Where? Tell me.
Half of my life just kind of disappears from my memory. Like, was I acting? Did I do that?
All days run together for me, too. But you said that you're interested in scaring again this year?
Oh, absolutely. Especially, I'm sure this is common knowledge. Beetlejuice. When it comes back.
I know is Orlando. I hope we're gonna get Beetlejuice for ours too.
I heard that we might be getting it here.
Shh! Don't tell anyone. Unless you want to spread this around and give me some clout, like, please? No.
No. I hope I don't get like fired. Like
no, it's common knowledge. We'll say this: it's common knowledge. It's public knowledge for Orlando, and we're hoping we get it too. I don't know if it's a for sure thing yet or not. So that's legal. What I just said was legal. Yeah. Fact check me if you want, but yes, Orlando is getting Beetlejuice, I believe. I would love to be in a Beetlejuice maze. I want to be the woman dancing.
Is that the one with the lobster claws, or is that a different scene?
Different. It's been so long since I've seen the movie. I feel like I'm a horrible person for not remembering. Catherine O'Hara.
Oh yeah.
That scene where she's like possessed and she starts dancing and.
That is the lobster scene.
That is the lobster scene? Okay, yeah. Then that. I want to do that. And it'll just be like a dance workout. And yeah, I'm scary, but I'm having fun, you know? Like
you know what I want to be? I want to be the legs that like there's like a lady that's like half body, half legs. I want to be those legs.
They so would put a blackout actor as just legs. I want to be that. I want to be what you just said. I have a new dream. You're just blowing my mind. Whoa, that sounds so cool. They totally would too. So other than legs, what's your dream role for scaring? It could be it could be something you just made up, or it could be a specific character that you've seen or you would like to be one day, whatever.
You know, I'm going to say I want to be like I did with Steve. Steve was, I think, my favorite because it was a face character, which also Bob was a face character, although he had a lot of blood on, so it took about an hour to remove the blood, which is really annoying.
Rough blood. I will say this. That was rough blood that they've had the last couple of years. It takes so long to get off.
But Steve, like, the reactions, especially like it kind of your ego was diminished into a chia seed. My ego was like inflated when I would go.
So a soaked chia seed.
Oh my god! Steve winked at me.
Oh, the notoriety! Love it. The crushes. The hearts you crushed. Oh, that's amazing.
That's my dream job right there.
So if they do Stranger Things again, you want to be Steve again?
Not even a scare. It's just fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, scare acting's fun in general, but when you get a role where you get to be your own face, maybe a little bit of makeup, maybe a little bit of blood here and there, but overall you get to use your face to its full extent. And then a comfy outfit that you can move around in. Yep. You get to use your voice, maybe, if you're not working for HHN. But you still get scares, and that's a sweet spot for scaring.
Bob got to wear scrubs. It was the most comfortable costume, but it hurt. But it was fun.
Yeah, we work through the pain.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just want to be a character where I only have, like I just said, like just makeup, maybe some blood, and then give me an outfit where I could be a creepy crawly in, because I can like segment my arms a little bit and like my body. My go-to scare for any audition is human marionette fighting for her human side.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
So I would go in and I would start off like dead doll. And then bring my arm up and then pull myself forward and go, no! And then bring it back. And Yeah, because my logic is, I've said this in other streams, so forgive me if y'all have heard this before, but my logic there is, yeah, I could be a werewolf, but what's stopping me from actually killing the people? Like, if I'm really in character, I would just go for it. Obviously, I wouldn't, but like, character-wise, it's scarier the more in character you are, so I had to fit it into the character of stopping the kill. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So I created that character because I wanted to show off how I could like move my body in that way and then like bend certain weird ways, and then use my voice a little bit too and stop myself. Mm-hmm. And then I totally fell in an audition in 2018 and I was so scared I wouldn't get cast.
I full on like that. It's like a guaranteed cast. Trying to like making a backstory to a thing that's not even like shown to anyone. Like that's smart.
The first time I auditioned with her too was in 2017 for HHN. I didn't originally audition with her. It was cool because I was kind of like, I was known in San Francisco a little bit for acting / scare acting. Like, I just knew a lot of people in the industry and word got around. So I didn't even have to audition. I was just kind of introduced. They were like, can you scare? And I go, yeah. And they're like, great. See you next week or something. And I'm like, cool. And I was so spoiled in that. So I was very nervous coming to LA and having to audition for HHN for the first time because no one knew me here. I am unknown. So I had to really prove myself. And then they had us in lines, 2 lines. And then, was it 2 lines or 1 line? Something like that. I think 2 lines. But one person would have to go. And then they had to say their character. And not every audition does this. In fact, HHN in more recent years, I don't think they do that, right? They don't say, like, what are you? And then scare. They just go, scare. Show us. We don't care what you're trying to be. Just show us that you could scare. But in 2017, they did. They asked, like, who are you? What are you? And then scare. So some people were like, werewolf, vampire, creepy old lady, a witch, a crazy clown. And then someone was like, zombie. And they're like, automatic no. Just kidding. But yeah, don't be a zombie. It's an automatic no. Throwing in that bit of advice in this story. And then it gets to me. And I just went, human marionette fighting for her human side. And then one of the people in casting goes, ooh. I go, yeah. Like, I already got him. Yeah, let's see if the acting measures up to the name now. I got their hook. And then I did whatever I did, and then I got cast, and that's the story. Cool.
I'll be honest, I think I might have done zombie.
Oh, you still got cast. That's great.
I know.
Did you drag a leg?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. But
I either did zombie or werewolf. I don't remember. I think I did zombie.
Yeah, we like to say Scott, the casting director, Scott hates zombies, especially because there was the Walking Dead attraction already there.
Yeah.
And they were just super tired of zombies. They were like, this is overdone. It's not even scary. If you drag a leg, you're out. It really depends on what mood Scott's in. So it's not like an automatic no, but
I think they may have actually. They might, or at least I heard that I was planning on doing zombie. Like, that was like the thing. I was like, all right, I got this. And then I heard someone say, don't do zombie. And so I didn't do zombie.
Oh, good. I'm glad they gave me advice.
I definitely did werewolf.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Don't do zombie. It's overdone, especially for HHN. I can only really speak for HHN. I think for other places, it's still overdone. Audition for the parts you know that they might have. So if you go to like Not Scary Farm and you know that there's a circus theme, be a crazy clown, show them you could do that. Or if you know that they're more known for their gore and their intimidating characters, be one of those. Like, just go what you know the vibe is. And HHN, their vibe is movies.
Yep.
So if you want to be a classic monster, go for that. But also know that's their forte. They're going to judge the hell out of you. And they want to see creativity. They want to see commitment and all that stuff. But yeah, what other fun stories can you share about scaring? You shared celebrities. That's always fun.
Let's see. I showed celebrities. I showed getting punched. I showed.
Did you make anyone fall down?
I think someone did fall down, but I don't remember if it was me or if it was someone else in that room who was also doing their thing. I think what it was somebody backed up from me, and then it was kind of a double scare somebody else. And those double scares, by the way, are gold. When
the little ping pong. Oh, when you ping pong a person, that's the best.
That person fell.
Awesome.
From the other person, but yeah, I hope.
No, absolutely. Take credit.
Yeah, I did.
Hi, totally. Helped. I just feel like it's like two really big people like, yeah, we did this high five, and then a little person coming in and be like, and I helped. Like, I was there too.
Don't forget me.
Don't forget me. Have you ever done a revenge scare before? Do you know what that is?
Explain.
A revenge scare is when a guest pisses you off or pisses someone off or messes with someone in a bad way. So you scare them real good to get back at them and put them in their place.
I wish I could say I did, but most of the people who pissed me off when I was Bob, because the kicks and stuff, and I couldn't exactly scare them again.
That's fair. It is tough to get those in a maze. The only way it could really happen in a maze is if, like, you were on your break, someone comes off at the beginning of the maze, and you're, like, at the end of the maze, someone comes off at the beginning while you're still back there and says, oh, this guy looks like this, they suck, get them real good, and then you go on your set, see them, and then scare them, and then tell the story after. But that is very few. It's a very specific scenario I just said. Scare zone, it's way easier because, like, someone walks by, you see them messing with your friends, so you stand behind them, wait for them to turn around, they go, ah, and you're like, that's right. You're not alone here. You're in the open.
That's actually the best part about being Satan Claus was it was basically a scare zone. Unfortunately, I still didn't do any revenge scares, but like I got to walk around. I had like a small area section of the whole thing, but like I got to actually walk around. I got to choose who I wanted to go to.
At the let out of
it
Holidays,
was at the very end of Holidays in Hell. There was a big area with just all like from the beginning to the end of the maze, just characters from all of it scattered around.
Oh yeah, so it was the scare zone that people were let out into. Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
It wasn't really a scare zone, but that's the closest I got to
a mini scare zone. Yeah, you could call it a zone. Yeah, it's technically a zone.
Scare zones are, I think, one of the best as well. I want to do a scare zone, or I want to do stilts, but I am so clumsy. I am so incredibly clumsy.
Should be fine as long as you know how to fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make yourself small. Very small, as small as you can.
I want to do stilts.
Do stilts, man. Don't go and get trained for stilts somewhere, because I believe you have to be certified in some way.
Yeah, I think we do.
So go get certified, and if you're too clumsy for it, you're too clumsy, but at least then you know. At least you tried. At least then you'd be certified, and then you could do stilts whenever you want.
That's true.
You could opt out for the 3-footers rather than the 5-footers. And be like, can I be closer to the ground, please? I feel so bad for stilts too, because people really mess with them sometimes, and that's dangerous. It's one thing to mess with us. We're already on the ground. The worst we could do is fall our own height down. Stilts, they could take a real tumble, and people push them.
There was one stilts from last year that was the coolest stilts. It was a 4-legged stilt walker.
Yeah,
that was it looked incredible, and I feel like it's a lot more stability because you're instead of just being straight up and down, you're kind of using all limbs, so it should be a little easier.
You'd think that, I feel like it'd be a little tougher because you are leaning forward on stilts too.
Yeah.
And it's like you have ski slopes, the ski poles as hands. Like
That's true.
yeah. I don't want to dissuade you from doing that. I still think they're badass, but
I have no idea.
personally, I've done stilts when I was very young, very, very young. So, you know, I was already short and already close to the ground, so I could get away with it. I feel like it'd be very different as an adult, especially as old as I am. So I don't know. I'm curious about that too. So if you do that, please let me know what the process is, because that's awesome. I want to do chainsaw. Can you imagine?
I'll be the first person to tell because I probably won't do it.
Fantastic. I'll be in like my 60s and then remember this random thing and call you. I'll be like, did you ever do stilts? And you go, who are you? What are stilts?
Oh, but chainsaw, yeah. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. The first time I went to Horror Nights, there was like, in the beginning, there was a scare zone with clowns. They all had chainsaws, and they made it spark on the ground. That was scary.
I don't know if they're allowed to do that anymore. Are they allowed to
I don't think so, but that was cool when they did.
Yeah. Totally. I love sliders. I wish we had those at HHN. Sliders?
Oh, the knee things, right?
Yeah, so scare actors who have special knee pads, special gloves, and special shoes. And usually these gloves will come with sparkers and metal tips along with the shoes. They'll have metal tips and sparkers on the heel. So when you slide, you could grab onto the ground and create sparks as you come up.
That sounds like so much fun.
It sounds fun, right? I did it like a couple times for a haunt. I was very new at it, so I was like, down and up immediately because I'm uncomfortable. But I would love to be like actually trained to do it properly and have the sparkers, because I didn't have the sparkers. I just had, wrist guards so that I didn't break my wrists. But nowadays, sliders get sparkers? What? I want that. That's cool. Maybe if I work for Knots, like they have sliders at Knots. But chainsaw. If I were to work at HHN again, the reason I wouldn't, like, that's my home haunt and I love it and I miss my friends and scaring is my therapy. So I definitely need that after this last year. So I would love to go back, but I live too far now. I moved. And also I have a full-time job. So that's going to be real tough. I sent in my audition with the conflict saying I work 9 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. Can I start at 7?
It starts at it starts at 6.
Call times could be as early as 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Depending on how much we get.
I think always 4:30, I think.
I was 5, which even that was unnecessary. I could have gotten in at 6, because when I was the wolf, my costume was pretty straightforward. I just had a leotard, connect the dress, put on my boots, and then from there, I just put on the head and the gloves separately right when I'm about to go on set. But that costume itself, like, very, very easy to put on, and then ninja hood under the mask. But only makeup I had to get done was makeup around the eyes, which they did at the zone. So I didn't need to, like, be put in a chair or anything. Didn't have any fake blood, nothing. I just swooped on in, said, where's my costume? They go, here. And I go, great. I get changed. And then I go to take 5 and get my chicken strips. And then I sit around for an hour until it's time to go. And I got paid for it. Thanks, Universal.
It was pretty good money. It was pretty good money.
Yeah.
Better than I expected, honestly.
Yeah, it's nice because, we're in a union and they take care of us. Yeah. Pay your dues.
I gotta sign back up for that.
Yeah, they'll help you out when you get started if you scare again. They'll just say, like, you can't really do this unless you're up to date on your dues.
Do you have to be up to date before? I apologize, everyone on this stream. Thank you. Just asking a question. Do you have to be up to date before you can even sign up for it again, or?
Good question. I don't think it's really put into question until they are casting.
Okay.
So it's not exactly like on a form that you have to fill out or anything like that, but they do say in the orientation before you scare, make sure that you are paid up. And because they in the orientation, that's when people originally get signed up anyway. So they're like, if you're already in the union, you won't get this paperwork, but pay up your dues. You won't be able to scare unless you're paid up. So might as well take care of it now that you know.
Yeah.
And if you definitely plan on scaring again, it can't hurt to be paid up. And also it helps if you're trying to get into SAG, because if you are in AGVA, which is the union that you're in when you scare for theme parks and everything, American Guild of Variety Actors. Scare actors are considered variety actors because we're everything and nothing at the same time. We're just out there. We're a variety of people, that's for sure. So we're in AGVA, and it's in my opinion, easier to get into AGVA than SAG. SAG is like tricky. It's a tricky business, SAG is. But if your goal is to eventually get into SAG, AGVA is a sister union. And part of SAG's rules is if you are in a sister union for over a year and you have been consistently holding a principal role at least one time every year, you become SAG eligible. And if you're SAG eligible, you can wait until you're forced into the union by working a union gig, or you can just choose to be in the union if you really, really wanted to be. I would not advise that because it's really expensive. Just wait until you're forced into it. But if that's a goal of yours, that's a way to do it. Yeah, just saying. That's a thing. I was SAG eligible for a while. Did not take advantage of that at all. And then the mess happened. So, you know. Am I still eligible?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I should call up the union and be like, hey, what's up? Can I can I be SAG eligible? Can I be in movies now, please? Can you imagine someone just calling up SAG, like customer service SAG, and they go, hello, SAG, can I help you? And they go, can I be in movies now, please? I really want to be in the movies. The gold screen, not silver. And this is how variety I am. I don't know. The range.
Everything.
The range. So we're almost out of time, and my stupid, goofy mind is getting us way off track, and I apologize for that.
It's okay.
At least I'm entertaining. Cool. So do you have any advice for people just starting off in scare acting? Like, what are some of the best advice you were given or that you learned in your first year of scaring?
I had something in mind, but now do I remember what it was?
That's the tricky thing. Is remembering.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone.
No worries. I know I put you on the spot. That's on me.
You wrote this down as a question, and I had something. I think what it was that I had in mind, and I said it already, stupidly, was that if you are afraid of mazes and afraid of movies, scary movies and things like that, it will desensitize you being in this. So don't let that stop you from auditioning and stop you from trying to be a scare actor, because you'll learn the ins and outs of everything. And I mean, movies are still scary, but mazes you'll be like, oh, I know how they do that. It'll kind of ruin it for you, but it'll be less scary.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah, it does desensitize you a little bit. But I still get scared. I allow myself to get scared because I'll answer this question because someone asked it on my TikTok. But someone said that they want to be scared. How do you be scared in a haunt? And it's such an interesting question because everyone asks the opposite. They're like, I get too scared. How do I not be as scared? Be a scare actor. Learn the ins and outs of it, and then you'll know what to look for, and you know who's working it, and yeah, they might mess with you, but at least you know who they are. It helps. Oh, they absolutely messed with me in 2019 when I was going through as a guest for the first time. And here's the scary thing for me. It was actually scarier for me because I knew that they would mess with me. They knew they could kind of get away with it because I'm not gonna tattle on them. They're my friends, right? So some of them might come up and like boop my nose or like say hi and then mess with my hair a little bit, whatever they felt like. I'd be like, cool, but you're the one in the mask. Who are you? It was so creepy to have someone like stalk the side of me for like the whole length of the scare zone, and I'm just staring at them going, do I know you? And they go, mm-hmm. Like, great, message me later on Facebook. I have no idea who you are. And that's the scary thing. Like, they knew me, but I didn't know them. But anyway, my advice for the opposite of that, which is how do you feel scared when you normally are not scared? Tough to say, because I don't know why you're not scared in the first place. I'm a scaredy baby. But I have been desensitized, so my best advice is fake it till you make it. Fake it. Fake being scared. And then maybe eventually you will trick your brain into thinking you're actually scared. And then from there, the screams are real. That's what I do. I go into haunts and I'm not scared at first, but then I scream because it's like an applause when you scream for a scare actor.
Yeah.
Sometimes we actually get applause too, which is great. I'm not knocking that. Please, give me a round of applause whenever I scare you good. But a scream is like the equivalent of an applause, like a standing ovation to a scare actor. So to let the scare actors know that they're doing a good job and to not be, an ass about it, I will go through the haunts and scream whenever they try and scare me. I probably won't be scared, but I'm trying. I'm trying to show them like, you're doing good. Good job. Oh, you got me. Oh. But whenever you do it enough times, you start to actually be scared. And then I was legitimately scared a lot of the time. Like going through Killer Clowns, the height on some of them really got me because I am a tall person naturally. So anything that is taller than me may scare me because I'm not used to it. Same with my boyfriend. My boyfriend's like 6'4", and he said the only time he was actually really got was when we went through Killer Clowns and someone from an above window dropped him. And then I looked up at the clown. I looked at him on the ground. I looked up at the clown. I'm like, thank you. Walk away.
I think I remember exactly who you're talking about too. The one in the window. Yeah.
The window above. I always tell people, play with height. No one ever thinks to look up or look down. Play with height.
Chucky, when Chucky was on there.
Yes, absolutely. Or like a little kid character, in a chair or something, and then pop out from beneath, or like nipping at your feet, and you go But be careful with that because you might get kicked in the face. But if you're up high, another dream role I want is something with a bungee. Have you ever seen Scareactors on bungees?
No, I mean, I've always wanted to try to do skydiving, but I can't. Like, even the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland, I just go up and down and up. Oh, I don't like that feeling.
Understandable, but these scare actors that I'm talking about were actually horizontal.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
Yeah. There was this maze I went through at Great America. I think like San Jose area. NorCal, Great America, wherever that is. What? So I went for their Halloween event many years ago. So I don't know if they still have this, but I went through this one blacklight maze, and it was also 3D. So they gave you 3D little paper glasses, and you were going through, and it would like pop off the wall. It was so cool. And then you get at the end, and there was this Dia de los Muertos style makeup guy, and in a bungee, and he would jump out of this very pitch black dark like hole in the wall kind of thing, and he was in the way of where you had to go to get out of the maze. So you could not avoid this guy. So you're like trying to walk out of the maze, and he jumps out of pitch black darkness and comes at you and then is pulled back in on a bungee. And I fell back into the person I was going through this maze with. I was like, oh, I want to do that. Like, that scared me so good. And then the next reaction was, cool, I want to do that. Or the ones that are up on harnesses above you, like flying around in mazes, like at knots. I just want to do that. I just want to do cool stuff, man. I mean, I love scaring as is, but let's up the ante. Come on, Universal. Get those harnesses, get those bungees. You already have stilts and chainsaws. You can't say it's a liability. You already got liabilities here. Like, just add a little more. I'll test it out. If I die, I die. This is at least I died doing what I loved. Being stupid. All right, I'm gonna let you get back to your rehearsal. I'm so sorry for taking up way more time than I anticipated.
That's okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about scaring before we go? Any other stories that you didn't get to share yet? Other advice you didn't get to share?
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
I think that's it.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to do my shameless self-promo. If you enjoyed watching this, feel free to follow me here on Twitch or on YouTube, wherever you're watching this from, whether it's from the now or the future. Hello from the past, everyone on YouTube. But yes, please follow me on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Discord for stream schedule updates. I do go live a few times a week here on Twitch. I play horror games on Wednesdays. It's usually Phasmophobia. I might mix it up. I just got Resident Evil 8. I will be playing that a little bit too. We'll see if my computer doesn't crash again. I interview fellow scare actors like Evan here on Saturdays. So if you are interested in scare acting and you want to hear more about it, join us on Saturdays. It's a fun little podcast we do. And then Sundays, I play Skyrim. It's my first playthrough where the dice make all the decisions for me. Whenever there's an important decision, I roll my D&D dice and it tells me what to do. Whether I want to do it that way or not doesn't matter. The dice know all. If that interests you, follow me here, and also follow on Instagram and Discord for those stream updates, whether I need to cancel or postpone or whatever. And then TikTok. I tell Scareactor stories on TikTok. It's my main content. I've also started giving tips and tricks on scare acting and how to get started. So if you're interested in scare acting, that's another good resource to go to. Everything is based on my own personal experience. It is not law. Like, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, thanks so much, everyone. Evan, would you like to promote anything?
Well, I don't have that many things.
I'm on a lot of stuff. I'll admit that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be eventually making a YouTube series thing. I haven't started that yet.
What's it gonna be?
More on that later.
That's I like it.
But I have an art Instagram because I am an actor. I draw, I bake, I do a bunch of things. Put all of that on my art Insta. What it is at ehw.art. It is my initials. EHW spells ew. So I thought, that's funny. Ew art.
Ew
that
art.
Is my name.
I love that. Yes, his social media handle is right below his lovely face here. You can't see it on Discord, Evan, but my overlay on Twitch has it, so it's right there. Follow him for more of whatever he's up to. And I'm sure you're gonna post to your Instagram when your YouTube is all situated and ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have everything I need for it. I just have to start filming. I am procrastinating.
I should have done this before the stream, but I am going to follow you right now. If I could figure out this new layout, my Instagram just updated and they moved everything around. I liked it the way it was.
Oh no.
Oh no, I found you. Yes, that's creepy, and yes, I say that as a scare actor. No, I'm not going to apologize for it. I found you! I love saying creepy things out of context. Anyway, yes, please follow Evan for more of his art and his acting, and whenever he gets to doing his YouTube channel, I'm really excited about that, actually. So let me know when you do that. Also, he is in Stranger Things, the musical. Sandra talked about this in a few podcasts back in the day, a few weeks ago. But would you like to tell us a little more about that, Evan?
It is a musical, it's called Stranger Things, the Unauthorized Musical. It is on Facebook and Instagram and probably other places. I think it's also on TikTok.
It is. It's on TikTok. Yep.
It's on okay. I don't do TikTok. Sorry.
How dare you? It's fine.
Do need to. If I ever end up doing my YouTube thing, I'm definitely going to start posting on TikTok to try to get more followers. But that's not the point. The point is, the show is going to be next Saturday. It is going to be live streamed at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the live stream, if you get the ticket before the 15th, which is next Saturday, you can watch it until the 22nd of May. It is a musical about the first season of Stranger Things. Well, most of the first season of Stranger Things, because the end we don't want to put it all in there. It's not the full musical. Oh. It's just like a little. It's pretty much the full musical, but it's a little teaser. And yeah, we're calling it. It is not a parody. It is a tribute to the show. So
all right,
we can do it legally.
Love that. So yeah, this isn't going to be the full musical. It's just going to be like a part of it, and then when things are normal, it's going to
be most of it. I think she's going to work on it a bit, and we're going to do our plan is to do the full musical in winter.
Oh, okay, yeah. Great. In person, I assume.
Mostly in person, yeah. I hope we actually do the live stream thing as well, because I think it'll get more people to come see it.
I think so too. Now that we know that it's possible to live stream pretty much anything, I think everyone would benefit from doing a live, but also a live stream.
Exactly.
Why not?
And tickets, by the way, are $11 for 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh, clever.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So if you're interested, look up Stranger Things the musical. Who do you play in it? The Unauthorized. Is it changed now? Let me look up the Instagram.
That's the official name. Stranger Things, the Unauthorized Musical.
Yeah, so Stranger Things the musical on Instagram.
Oh, I apologize. You got it. Don't listen to me.
This is why I double check. It's probably called Stranger Things unauthorized. My brain. I'm sorry.
It's like
unorthodox. That's not right. Unauthorized. The Unauthorized musical, but on Instagram, and let me check TikTok real quick too, just to make sure that we have that accurate. So it's just Stranger Things musical on TikTok, but Stranger Things the musical on Instagram. So look up both of those if you are interested in the show. Who do you play in it? So we know.
I play Tommy, which is Steve's bully friend. And I also play Dr. Brenner, the evil scientist.
Evil Dr.
Brenner. I get a wig.
Ooh, wigs are fun. Wigs are hot. Yeah. Like, temperature-wise. It might be also sexy hot, but I don't know yet. I haven't seen it. Definitely temperature. All right, well, I'm gonna call it here. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this podcast. Thank you, Evan, for sharing your wisdom and your stories. Hope you had fun. I'm gonna give you a more proper goodbye right after this, but everyone else watching, have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks for being here. And next stream here on Twitch is gonna be tomorrow, Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific time for Skyrim Sunday. Don't miss it. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.